Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back for another edition of DGT Live, coming at you like Cleopatra from the Central Coast of California. Your family-friendly show about gaming, movies, and pop culture from a friendly perspective. I'm Leo, along with Rick and
Francisco.
What's going on, guys?
We gotta get
Bringing that
cozy.
energy to ya.
Like
If you're watching us live and you're thinking, what's this all about? What are these three nerds talking about? We're talking about games, movies, and pop culture. I just told you, but you were probably not paying attention.
You were probably blowing out their eardrums so they couldn't hear.
Yes, that's the attention getter. That's the hook. You get them with the hook,
okay,
and then you bring it back.
But with a blown out eardrum, now they just hear them.
Exactly, which is why I'm doing this a lot.
All right.
Nothing like a fat guy jiggling to bring in the views.
Jiggle away.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're live through the magic of Facebook, and we will also have this video up later on through the magic of YouTube. So please check us out. Subscribe to our channel, YouTube, keyword, digital game time.
Oh.
Facebook, also keyword, digital game time.
All social
friends.
media.
Also,
keywords.
Write your comments down on the sections below. This is live. We are responding to all of your comments. Also, YouTubers, we're not live for you guys, but we will be responding to any comment.
Oh, yeah.
For you guys. Very busy week this week.
It was.
Lots of stuff going on. Early reviews are coming out for Ready Player One.
Nice.
So excited for that movie.
Wait, we got it like in 2 weeks, right?
Some drama coming up. Some drama happening from with the Fortnite stuff. You know, both good and bad.
Usually.
And Nintendo dropped a few bits of news here and there for us.
Message.
Yeah.
Yay.
Message.
DGT for life.
Your messages will be displaying here
over
as
yonder.
well.
Does it get any more Texas than
Pancho's
this?
shoulder. So please,
that's
please,
ridiculous.
You twist all the way around.
Please have
Texas
mercy and let them be.
Arby's, we have the meat.
We're trying to keep it PG, but we'll allow PG-13. Say. Ready Player One. Early reviews are coming up already, and there was a early screener shown for a movie theater going audiences in Texas.
Nice.
Texas. Alamo Draft House.
Where
I think.
What's that guy named Schindler's List? Steven Spielberg.
That guy.
Oh, yeah,
that guy that makes movies from time to time.
Right, yeah.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
He's kind of a legend. Well, this guy directed Ready Player One.
Player One.
Early reviews are saying too much CGI. But
too much.
It's
supposed to be.
But at the same time, it's like well done. The way they present it is well done. It's not just
you cannot have
too much
CGI in a movie like this. Like it's gonna be CGI heavy.
It has to have CGI. It's almost a must. But I guess the way they got away with it not coming off as cheap is just the way the story unfolds. The CGI is part of it. You know, the alternate virtual reality.
That Arby's brisket looked good.
What Arby's brisket?
we had
the ad before the video.
No affiliation.
No affiliation, right.
But we'll take sponsorship.
Sure. But if you want affiliation, please feel free to send us your cash. We'll
$3,000 per ad.
Now that I think about it,
each one of us.
That if I remember correctly, just for that second or so that we had the ad pop up on us, it was a Texas shaped bread, and you were talking about Texas right now. That's why you were talking about it. It's subliminal. It got you. It got you.
Yeah.
Jail.
So, I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
They're calling it a few of the quotes that I heard jumping around, the buzzwords jumping around here and there are that it's quite possibly
magnificent,
the best video game related movie ever made.
All right.
And to me, that's saying a lot because Wreck-It Ralph is a great film by any means. I personally love The Wizard, which came out in 91, 92?
Yeah, 92. Yeah,
starring Fred Savage.
He's savage.
Yeah.
And Tobey Maguire.
Wasn't his little brother in there? No, I'm thinking of the other movie.
Yeah.
Never mind. Tobey Maguire. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So AJ Bishop's watching us live. Ken Palmer's watching us live. What's up, guys? Coming at you live. Drop a comment.
Coming at ya.
J.O.
Yeah, the book was awesome.
The book was great. I love the book. Although I have to say, I heard a spoiler-free review of it, but they were saying one of the reviewers actually had read the book, the novel,
Right.
by C.S. Klein, was it?
R.L.
R.L. Stein?
Yeah.
No, yeah, Klein.
Lou
Goosebumps.
Diamond Phillips.
Oh,
Man, it's escaping me.
And
book was awesome.
Ernest Klein, yeah.
Ernest Klein.
Ken says the book was awesome.
Yes.
He's read it, obviously.
Yes, awesome,
We're
Ken.
saying, yeah.
I've read the book too. It's great. I love it. But they said that they took a lot of liberties with the story and they changed a lot of very important features that the book had. So already I'm kind of like cringing, but
Well, the movie is going to be really good, though.
but the guy who was
Yeah.
giving the review, he said that the film was better than the book.
Oh.
So there's that. Well, hey,
So they changed it in a more positive aspect. See, I've never read the book, but I can totally feel like one of those when I read the comic books for superheroes and they switch it up in the movie kind of deals. I can totally get that vibe. But I don't know if they're saying that it was a good change or it made it better.
maybe. We have to wait and see.
yeah, I know a lot of people prefer books, but as primarily me, a film
They make awesome paperweights.
They do.
a fan of film as opposed to
I actually wrote a book.
books.
I'm a published author.
No affiliation.
Yeah,
Yeah. Something
I
completely different.
I wrote a children's
We'll,
book once, but
We'll do
I don't
Pancho's
count
plug
that.
at the end.
No need. You
No-
wouldn't even.
No
yeah.
need.
Noni.
Something completely unrelated.
Final Fantasy VII.
What is
remake.
up with that, Leo?
Oh
What
my
is
goodness.
up with this?
News
Dude.
This
dropped
was announced 3 years ago.
3 years ago at E3 of 2015. They announced the Final Fantasy VII remake. Final Fantasy VII, as many of you might already
Not a
know,
remastered, a remake.
A
Like
remake.
a
Yes.
complete remake.
complete remake. Final Fantasy VII is one of the most revered RPGs of all time. It's considered possibly the greatest RPG of all time by many people.
Right, right.
Of course, that's just an opinion. Opinions differ. However, here's the thing. They're remaking this.
Yeah.
Why?
And you would think that they're just
Oh.
putting in new
Why not?
graphics. The storyline is already set.
Mm.
The gameplay is probably already set. They're just going to remake the graphic engine or whatever.
Mm.
Their development team has not even been completed yet. They have like a
Sony.
wanted ad.
Help
Developers
wanted.
needed.
Help
Yeah,
wanted.
developers need it
Oh,
so they can
man.
complete the team for this.
Wow.
There's whole sections of the game was leaked today that that have not even been started yet.
Oh, man.
So and you know the way that this publisher
Shadow of the
works,
Colossus.
Square Enix, is it?
Square Enix.
Square Enix. The way they work, the majority of the time, this particular team is they won't move on from like the first stage if they're working on the first stage of a game
They go
until
in
they
order.
consider it perfect, until it's polished, and then they'll begin the next part of the game, the next section of it, next stage, and that's how they have a tendency of working with these particular titles.
I mean,
which
that-
is why these particular titles take so long to actually be completed.
That
So-
sounds like an amazing like that's good. You know, that's a good attention to detail. They want it to look good and feel good.
We're
Not
gonna
give us
move on
a
to the
piece of
next,
crap. But
system and
it's taking too long.
I think
Give it to me now.
I think Francisco's right. I think they're probably gonna be
Next
so far
generation.
behind that it's gonna end up being a next gen title.
Switch.
like Wii U Switch with Zelda. Type
Probably
deal.
the
That-
original will come out on Switch.
That game, oh my god. Well, the original, the Sony one was probably the second, because I already talked about Chrono Trigger, how that was the game that got me into RPGs.
Yes.
Available on mobile and PC
Final
now.
Fantasy VII, I think was the game that solidified my likings of RPGs. Like it went from an awesome game to another awesome game. And I was like, I'm stuck here. This is my category.
Yeah.
This is my jam. Is what Final Fantasy was to me. And actually,
Yeah, dude.
I want to say about 10 or so years ago, they came up with what was it called? Like a little movie called Advent Children.
Oh, yeah.
I think
it's
from there, I think was where they
okay to lose it, Rick. It's a fun show.
No, it's not. It's not fun. they kind of hinted at this remake was coming, but there was nothing permanent. But that movie was kind of like throwing us a bone because everybody wanted either a continuation or a remake in a newer console, a new gen. So when this was finally announced, I think I almost lost it.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
You know what, Rick? A little bit of side note. This isn't on the program for today, but just a question. You being an RPG fan, long-standing RPG fan.
Yep.
I remember when this came out, I was actually interested. This was my first RPG I was ever interested in.
Yeah.
However, after this game came
Mine
out
was 8.
another. I'm sorry?
Final Fantasy VIII was mine.
You actually played 8?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
Squall.
Well, anyways,
Trigger.
Final Fantasy Tactics came after this.
Yep.
And it's widely considered as the best RPG of its kind.
Yep.
Now,
Never played it.
I was listening to something where somebody brought it up and they were talking about it, and they mentioned it was like hands down nothing even comes close to it being the best RPG of that style of RPG.
What?
So I thought to myself, who better to ask than
Who
Rick?
Better than Chepa.
Who better?
Than
No,
Rick over here, our
I
RPG
admit-
expert. What is it about that game?
Chocobo.
Well, it has the Final Fantasy lore, which is the chocobos and you know all that stuff. But each game, most of the games, I should say, are unrelated. It's their own fantasy, but they all have they share their similar character, creative, just the look and feel, right? So Tactics is a tactical, what do they call it, RTS type game?
Right.
No, sorry, not RTS. I forgot what the category is.
Blue Diamond Phillips.
But it is almost kind of like a turn-based. You got like a grid, you got your map, and you move your characters X amount of squares.
Minesweep.
Almost like a chess.
Like Words
Kind
with
of-
Friends.
Yes.
No, not like Words with Friends.
Yes. Yes.
We just recently started playing Words with Friends that way. But
fun.
it's I don't know, it's entertaining. It has, if you like chess, I mean,
Chess.
I don't think there's anybody that's like ecstatic over, oh, let's play some chess. But if you enjoy a game here and there of chess, think of that,
You're a
but now
loser.
add RPG elements to it where there's classes with different abilities and different moves
You're not
and
a
different
loser.
rules.
You can play chess.
So it's just like
I love chess.
a very in-depth form of playing chess. There have been a lot of other titles that follow that same category, strategy type. But this one is, I don't know. To me, it's like,
Best game RPG ever on the whole wide
Well,
world.
they call them like tactical RPGs, don't they, or
I
something
think so.
similar to that?
Rick's dying. Excuse him for a bit.
yeah.
This is a
So,
live show.
so what
This
is it about
happens.
it? Like, is it a storyline?
Oh, yeah, he's
as Rick vomits over there on the corner.
I'm back, guys.
No,
I had a one up.
Is it storyline that
One
sets it
up.
apart? Is it
No, you know,
gameplay?
to be honest,
Chocobo.
I didn't think the story was the greatest thing ever. It was okay. It was good.
I just want to know what sets it apart
It's
from
it's
the
just
other games.
the type
like
of
it.
game that it is. Because
No, from I'm saying from other games that are like it, like that would be considered in the same category.
yeah, it's just I think pulling from the whole Final Fantasy
lore.
Yeah,
Just the lore, then you think?
it has all that similarities. There's actually a couple characters that you can pull from Final Fantasy VII.
Different lore.
But it's just the way that you play the game,
That's Lord.
the weapons that you use, the abilities that you can have, the classes that you can create, the experience of leveling up and, you know, making your guys more powerful, the little side dungeons and stuff that you can do. It's just an entertaining game. If you're not an RPG fan, you're not going to like this kind, because this is actually slower than what a typical RPG game is.
Right.
So that's why I was saying, if you like the chess type of aspect to games where it's strategy way over than just, you know, going out there and battling and fighting and using your potions.
All right.
This is like strategy. This is
Oh,
real
cool.
strategy.
Cool.
A lot of other games, not just from Tactics. I think they even did a part 2. Excuse me. On Game Boy Advance.
He's
Yeah.
so
But that one I
excited about
couldn't
this.
get as much into as I did as the original Tactics.
I understand
just-
for
it just-
for PSP or PS Vita, there was a The game was re-released.
Yeah, they
under
ported it over.
Somewhat of a different title. I
They
think.
titled it Records of Lions War or something like
Yeah.
that. It's just the original game, but I think they added some cutscenes and like kind of like fill in the gaps to
Okay.
kind of make the
All right.
stories flow a little bit better.
That's cool.
But it's
Rick,
a good game.
You added another game on
Shadow
here.
of the Colossus.
Something really bad in my opinion from Ben's studio. PlayStation exclusive. Tell us what's happening.
So
with
E3 of
this much awaited game.
E3 of 2017.
2014.
No, 2014. No. 2017, right? Wasn't it just last year when they announced Days Gone?
No, it was a couple of years ago.
It was 2016.
2016, yeah.
That's right. And 2017 we got an update, and I think they had said summer of 2018 is what they were shooting for.
Nah.
Yeah, that was basic. Whatever time it was, it blew out of the
It's
water.
done.
It's done.
I
And
think-
I think it's a smart move because too many people have confused this game for being
Resident Evil.
for being
Blue Diamond
The Last of
Phillips.
Us 2. And this
The
year,
Last of Us Plus.
allegedly, this year, The Last of Us 2 is set to be released. So it's kind of like it would be cannibalizing their first party titles. If they were to release so close to each other and being the
So
same
you're-
genre and having the same style.
So you're saying it's not so much because of some type of development; it's more of just of a competition thing, so that they can just.
I'm just saying that's my opinion.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it's smart of them to delay it. Like, yes, it probably did need the extra time to polish it up, but I think more than anything, it's a strategy move.
Well, what happened with Dante's Peak and Volcano coming out at the same time, or around the same time? I mean, regardless, the better game is going to win.
Pike?
The Last of Us was amazing, and I'm assuming Part 2 is going to be better.
Rigo's watching. What's up, Rigo?
This-
Shout outs to Rigo.
This
Shout out.
game, I mean, yeah,
Drop a comment.
I can see how people are confusing it with The Last of Us because it has that.
Bible.
That
Vibe.
aesthetic,
Game's going
yeah,
to heck.
vibe, the
But
aesthetic.
just when you start seeing
Zombies,
these horde of
creatures.
zombies, and I think that's what I read, that a lot of people are saying that the physics involved in just having that many
Oh yeah, I could break down
a horde
the
of
game.
zombies
Yeah.
all at once, that I guess it just wasn't running smoothly or as well as they would like it to.
Right.
So that I think that's supposedly one of the major reasons,
Next
or if
gen.
not the reason why it's being
PS5.
pushed to the side.
So it's delayed until
So all we know is
further
until
notice.
next year, 2019. I think is all what
2019
they said.
release. No, that's fine. I think I'm happy with that.
You know what? I don't have a PS4.
Because Sony has
So-
It's gonna be PS5 anyway.
Probably.
Sony has
Next
plenty
gen.
of first party exclusives right now.
Mhm.
It's the only reason why I actually have a console, a Sony console, as
Mhm.
opposed to sticking with PC only. It's just those exclusives, man. I happen to just absolutely love the Sony first party titles. And unfortunately, you can't find them anywhere else.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
However, interesting news also came out this week that Sony is doubling down on
Double dipping.
doubling down on creating more first party exclusives.
Oh.
That's gonna be their biggest priority moving forward.
As ace up their sleeve.
As if it wasn't already, you know what I'm saying? Which is kind of crazy because just not too long ago there were rumors that Microsoft might buy EA.
Nice.
So I'm thinking that this possibly could be in response to something they might fear,
Mm-hmm.
or it could just be their way of moving already onto the next generation. Like
It's that
have the same developers continue to develop for PS4, but they're probably going to have other developers in the background working on PS5 titles.
nice.
Probably.
I'm assuming that.
It's their trump card.
Or there's also
It's gonna be huge.
there's also the rumors, and I don't believe these rumors, but there's also rumors that we're going to have
But
some
he
form
doesn't
of
believe
a
them.
Sony Switch type of thing
Oh,
releasing soon, like a PS
Yes, I
Vita
believe
2.
it.
Isn't
They
that-
always copy
isn't
each
that
other.
Vita? I mean,
Right.
isn't that what it was?
Yeah, but the next gen version. Like
Okay.
like they might make like a PlayStation 4 portable.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Which if that was the
PlayStation
case,
Portable.
because can you imagine if they make PlayStation 4 portable? That would be awesome. I'd
So
be
they
all
just
over
make
that.
the PS4 with a built-in like LCD screen on it.
And just
That's
like
it.
the pick it up and
It's
go
the
play.
whole console itself.
I'd be a day one purchase for me.
Really?
With the
Yeah.
big old
Wow.
console.
PS4 to go. Yeah, because can you imagine if like the library you own now on PS4, you could just import
Up and
it
take
into the
with you.
hard drive
Yeah.
of the.
I mean, it
PS4
makes
portable?
sense.
That would
the
be
Switch
great.
has a huge success with that ability.
Portability.
Disclaimer
But-
though, that's not an actual rumor I've heard. That's just wishful thinking on my behalf.
But
Nah.
there's just it's too much to sacrifice if that were to happen.
What do you mean?
Well, look at Switch.
Right.
How far behind, being that it's supposed to be at the level of the gen consoles as PS4 and Xbox is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
It's-
Nintendo's going for that anymore.
But
I
that's
think
what I'm saying.
They've
never
actually
have.
They don't.
Yeah, but they actually have made a statement saying they're not up to being a high.
But
next
that's what
generation.
I'm saying. It's kind of like saying like they're not even attempting the race.
No.
They just know they're gonna
The last
lose, so they're
time
just
they-
gonna
they
hang
made
back.
The attempt
no,
at having
it-
the most advanced console
not
was
about
with the
losing,
Nintendo
though.
GameCube,
Mm-hmm.
and because out of the three, PS2, Xbox, the original Xbox, and the Nintendo GameCube had the best specs as far
Mhm.
as the console.
Mhm.
goes.
But the worst games.
And we all saw how that turned out. The
Yeah.
third parties were just not behind that
Mhm.
console.
I
We
lost
didn't
that
believe in
lunchbox.
it.
I have no
The
idea.
medium, the mini DVDs, that just wasn't working for a lot of
That was
developers.
was it a proprietary?
Yeah,
one?
it was one of those things
Yeah.
where Nintendo didn't
GD-ROM.
want to share
No, that was Dreamcast.
the money, because they had to license out for the DVDs.
But that's
And
what I'm
they wanna
saying.
have
If
full control over that
if
stuff.
Nintendo, they're having a huge success with their portability of their console, which is working great for them. But at the reduced graphics
Well, yeah,
intensity
'cause
of the
there's not
games.
enough power for a
Right.
portable device
So
right now.
if PS4 were to do something like that, we have console plus
it's
a
gonna
mobile
be
version.
hell of expensive
It's-
if they do that.
I mean, yes, one of the two. It's going to be a really expensive unit because it has to be at the level of the PS4 or whatever next gen console.
Also, though,
supposed
you
to be.
take into
Yes.
account, we're almost there technology-wise, or we probably are there. But yes, the price point is what's gonna
I mean,
be the
dude,
question.
I'm just waiting
because
until they
we're all-
they
we're
just
all-
Dude, look at how
waiting-
much
we're all-
is a 1 terabyte SD card right now?
500 or so.
Yeah, the technology is there, but
Yeah.
the price point is not.
Yeah, exactly.
What I'm thinking is, they probably won't have like those types of cards.
No, but I'm saying
But,
I'm putting it as an
probably
example.
have like a hard drive.
The
Right.
actual
It's
devices.
possible, but it's not feasible to do something like that
What
right
I'm
now.
what I'm thinking is if Sony does do something like this, they'll announce it. Like let's assume they announce it at E3 this
Mm-hmm.
year. It's probably going to be something that's going to release next year, or even 2 years down the line. And by then they'll be probably be able to
Nintendo would have already made something else.
manufacture.
See-
they'll probably be able to manufacture the PS4 portable at a very affordable price.
See, I'm more towards seeing Sony, more specifically Sony, because they have TVs and all this other stuff.
But okay, let's put something in perspective here. Nintendo is creative. They make certain things that are like,
Yeah, get
whoa,
closer.
what is happening? This is like brand new. Everybody wants one.
Revolutionary.
Wii is an example, and then what happens with Sony? Oh, the PlayStation Move. Check it out. Way after Nintendo moved on. And now we're having the portability, and Sony's trying to get portability.
See,
Nintendo's
but-
going to be bringing something completely
But you
new
could
by
argue
then.
that Nintendo didn't pioneer portability.
No,
Portability's
no, but
always been there
they
since
did it
before
right.
Nintendo.
But
They
they,
did
made
it
it
right.
work. They made
Yes,
it work, I think
exactly.
is what he's
And,
trying to say.
Nintendo, they have the best mobile device technology right now.
See, what I was going to say is I can see Sony as a company that's going to rely heavily on all its resources to make something
copy someone else.
much more than what it is right now. They already have TVs, home entertainment systems, theaters, and whatnot. I could totally see them having
whatnots are pretty good.
and whatnots. I could totally see them implementing some kind of system, a subscription, if some kind of online service
PlayStation Now.
where you have more than just that, where you have your games, your data, everything backed up to a centralized location, be it home or off somewhere else.
PlayStation Now.
But hey, you know what? You sit down on the TV, you just flip on the switch, you grab your control, you're playing it.
That's the idea behind PlayStation Now.
You walk away and you take your console, and it's still communicating via the the
that's
connection
something
of.
they've been working on for many years now.
So
and
that's-
they just can't get it right. And
I'm
it's
sure
not-
it's gonna be like. I mean, you look
And
at all
it's-
these movies from the
right.
future where they walk
But
into
see,
one
here's-
room and
here's
this
the kicker,
happens.
though.
And
It's not the technology. They already have the technology to do all that.
It's the bandwidth
It's-
of the internet.
Exactly. Like the internet bandwidth here in the United States is just not modern
You need
enough
Google
to actually be
Fiber.
able to deal with that.
Google
Google Fiber.
Fiber.
net neutrality is what
Yeah.
we need.
Whereas stuff like this is working in countries like Korea,
But that's what
without
I'm,
any issues.
But that's what I'm saying. I can see them how they're focusing much more on this than having to worry about like, hey, let's invent the next portable
like Switch clone.
Yeah,
Right.
we have our brainchild over here.
Mm-hmm.
When it'll happen, I mean, who knows? It'll be amazing when it'll work, when it'll all just communicate
And it will be
with,
obsolete.
with all within itself, within your home, one room to the next, to your car, to you're on your airplane, on your watch, playing a game, watching a movie kind of deal, you know?
Yeah.
I could see Sony as being the pioneers of making that work.
Yeah.
You know,
When?
more than Sony though, I mean,
It's gone.
out of all the companies out
When
there,
that comes out.
I think Sony's the only one that's
Skynet.
proven in the past that they're crazy enough to try again. You know,
Yep.
PSP was a failure, but they still went ahead and made PS Vita. PS Vita was a failure as far as hardware sales go, but software sales, it blew up. It was very profitable. So it would not surprise me if they give it one last go at the portable market there. And
Balls
I think,
in your court, Sony.
and I think, you know, PS4 portable would be a good idea. But more than anything, I wish that we would get like a Valve portable device. That would be awesome.
All right.
PC games on the go.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Well, I mean, they have what was that thing you guys? Steam Link.
Steam Link.
I mean, they can at some point incorporate some kind of screen and portability to it. You'll need to have a good connection, but it's possible.
What
So,
is
Rick,
this? What
what's
is
up?
this? Fortnite.
Tell us the
What is
news.
that?
Moving
What
on.
is
Have you
this?
guys actually played Fortnite?
Nope.
A little bit, yeah.
I think
It's-
I probably
it's-
played like
it's
2 rounds.
It's cartoon PUBG.
A lot of people, you know what? The
Cartoon
funny
PUBG.
thing is though, there's a lot more people that I think mention this game rather than PUBG.
Well, it's
Which-
more accessible because a
which
lot of
kinda-
the younger audiences.
Yeah,
tend
which
to
kind of sucks
lean
because
towards-
I think PUBG is a much more in-depth game, much more of a challenge. This is more of like a watered-down PUBG with, I want to say, like Minecraft aspect to it because you got to build.
the
and-
building aspect.
But anyways, so
which is cool. I mean, I'm not knocking on the game. It's just my cup of tea is PUBG.
That notch on the
as
iPhone
opposed
looks
to
really
this.
crap.
look, it's Neo.
Neo.
So it's gone mobile, right?
John Wick.
Is
Does
it out
look like
already?
him.
Is it?
I don't know if it's out yet.
Because
to
I
be
thought I
honest
saw
with
some.
you.
Well, it could be some test
Um,
footage, but
There's been, I mean, some rumblings that the developers at Fortnite have had to refund some people's money for the game because of
sucks.
certain issues
Mhm.
at launch. I don't know if they're issues with the game itself or
Mhm.
with cheating online.
Oh.
So
there has been a lot of cheating and mods
Cheetos are
for that
delicious.
game, more so than PUBG. And I could totally see that how people have been asking for refunds and whatnot. 'Cause
yeah,
it's just unfair. I mean, there's no enjoyment of, one shot killing everybody automatically. There's no challenge.
nobody
in it.
wins. I mean,
And-
literally, I guess you could say the cheaters win when
Yeah.
using the bots. But what do you really get out of it? If
There's
you
no
don't-
satisfaction
Yeah.
in that. And then the losers, obviously, because they're being cheated on, it just makes it a much more worse experience.
It's
for
a
them.
frustrating experience. Yeah.
No
I
one-
totally remember, like Halo, when Halo 2 multiplayer came on. Oh my god! Like left and right, people calling out hackers and modders and this and that.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean that's one of the first games that came out where
Mhm.
multiplayer was like heavy, and because most people had an Xbox at the time,
Right.
they had access to playing online. And I mean, I remember me and some of my buddies would always play, 4-on-4, and we got pretty good.
Yeah.
But we'd have our butts handed to us here and there, and we're like, "What the heck?"
hackers.
What's
Like,
going on?
yeah, everybody throws that word around, or modders, or cheaters, or whatever. But I mean, yeah, I could totally tell how
'Cause no one
something
can
like
be better
this,
than you.
especially especially where you actually have to pay for content or loot boxes and stuff, all these microtransactions, where you're, cashing in, or not cashing in, you're paying your cash
Ken got
to get.
Ready Player One on a loot box.
Was he talking about the book?
Yeah, the book.
Okay, yeah. So
Those
I
loot
could
boxes
totally
are
see
cool
how people are
sometimes.
just going to be just flipping their lid.
Flipping
Their lid.
So guys, Pikachu
Don't cheat.
has a voice.
Ordinary
I'm gonna put the
Pikachu.
volume up here.
I did
This
hear
is super
this.
spicy.
He's grumpy, talks a lot,
I don't know
and
what to
fancies
think of
himself
this
a
guy.
great
I
detective.
love
Detective
Pokemon.
Pikachu.
Might as well be called Detective or Danny DeVito as Pikachu, Detective Pikachu.
Hey, he's a resourceful little guy, okay?
I mean,
He's a detective.
they're just riding the success of what Pokemon is.
with that
More so,
voice
more
that doesn't belong
so.
on
It's like,
Pikachu.
look at him. He looks so cute,
And
but
he sounds like an
he's-
old man.
he sounds like a old New Yorker.
More so, I think for like
you got some of them bugs.
for like the Asian fans, Japanese fans, like they go nuts over collectibles and characters and these little icons and just
Pikachu's
what they
cool.
are. And when they mix them with other stories or games, genres, they just go nuts.
Old man boys.
They flip their lids. Flip man boy.
Coming to the new 2DS XL.
I can see how this would be a fun game, but if they
no,
took
I
off
cannot. You're
no,
tripping,
if
dude.
they took out the Pokemon
No.
and replaced it with some other kind of animals or whatever, okay, cool. But what does this have to do with Pikachu?
And they're making a movie out of this, guys.
Oh, that's
you
right.
got any clues?
Yeah, this is going to be a movie.
Pikachu. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, didn't we talk about it
yeah,
last
we
week?
talked about
or
it.
a week, 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
Detective Pikachu.
Well, that's kind of funny. Splatoon 2 is
Nintendo Direct. When was this on,
New updates. Nintend's Direct
Friday?
happened this
Wednesday?
week.
Thursday or Friday, I think.
It was Friday.
Friday.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to see it. I was at work.
So Splatoon,
about you guys?
Never even played it. Don't even care. Never really bothered to try it out.
It's getting some hype. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a lot of people
it's
that
supposed to
like
be
these
very
characters.
popular with kids
I've seen
and
the
whatnot.
squid beanies that they wear,
Yeah.
that they use. I've
Well,
seen
they're
them
squid,
around.
I think, because of the whole ink.
I actually
you
own
know?
the game for the
Ink.
Wii U. It's a fun game. But
Yeah.
it does feel very kiddie. It has
My
a,
kids have actually been asking for this game. I'm like,
it's fun. But yeah, it kind of feels like it's geared too much towards the kids. I can't get into it as much as I do some of the other Nintendo first parties.
so what was the direct? What was the lowdown of what happened with Splatoon 2?
Oh, just version 3.0 is coming out.
So an update of it?
With lots of new gear, new disguises, outfits, all that stuff.
All right.
So
More DLC.
yeah,
Basically.
pretty much. So it's fun. I mean, it's fun for the people that love these games. They're good, they're
Whoa!
really good games. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Also,
This one looks cool. I must admit, the mechanics of this type of games are fun. The characters, well, Mario characters, Nintendo characters, could do without, but the actual gameplay looks good.
For a
I'm
second,
actually looking forward to this game. I mean, I'm not gonna play it because I don't have a Nintendo Switch, but it looks like it's a lot of fun. It reminds me of the old days. Remember when we used to play virtual tennis on Dreamcast?
Oh, that game, man.
That game
I don't
was
know
awesome.
what was with that game, but we were addicted to that.
So this obviously because it's a tennis game, but it has a lot of the elements where think of like Mario Strikers also,
Yeah,
where it
power-ups.
has like these super gnarly power ups
Right.
that add that they look really kiddie in a sense, like it's made for children,
It's
but
entertaining.
it adds a lot of depth gameplay to what otherwise is pretty much glorified Pong.
Yeah.
these are. I mean, I don't know. I see this as like fun party games.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sit there and just watch. I mean, just play.
On your own.
No, it would be an enjoyable thing to like. Hey, let's pull out some Mario Tennis. Yay!
Well, and that's why you have two Joy-Cons.
there you go.
Which brings me back to
One to
if
Switch.
Nintendo were to release Mario Strikers again,
Oh, I'd be totally over
I'd
that.
be all over that.
Yeah.
I might
But
have
it'd have
to, like,
to be like an updated version of it, not
no,
just
yeah,
port over.
absolutely, not just a regular port, because I mean, otherwise, I already own the Wii. I might as well buy the Wii version. I mean, the Wii U. I might as well buy the Wii version of that game.
Yep.
But yeah, that was tons of fun. And if they release a new one, I'd be all over that, dude. It'd
Yeah.
be so cool.
It was an enjoyable game.
I'm still waiting for the game that makes me buy a Nintendo Switch. I still have nothing that convinces me.
Doom.
Nothing.
Doom didn't convince you.
No.
Skyrim didn't convince you.
No. There's just so far it's like the remake machine for the most
But
part.
have you
remake of
played
Berserk.
them though in the actual consoles that they came out in, like PC
Yeah,
or
it's
Xbox?
like I've been there, done that. This doesn't excite me.
You
So-
finished Skyrim? I doubt it.
No, I played them.
No,
I didn't say I finished them. I've played them, and it's just kind of like, like I mean, it's not exciting.
Well, let
I
me
mean,
just tell you then, if you haven't finished Skyrim, I mean, you might not be a fan, but if you actually like the mechanics and you're just like, I don't have time to play this because it's so involved, Switch, bus ride.
I
lunch
can
break,
I can see how that would
know?
work.
And one of the
Like
things,
Breath of the Wild, where you just
Yeah,
kind of
I-
pause and
I
resume.
don't-
But see, that's one of
I
the
don't
things
travel
about.
enough
But
like
that's one
that.
of the things that are really good about the Switch is that you shut it off and it goes to sleep, and you bring it back, you turn it on, and you're at the same spot that you left it. And even if your battery dies, it will come back at the same spot.
Nice.
Which is really a really good thing that Nintendo did to implement those autosaves, because you will not lose your progress.
see, that's cool, but my lifestyle really it wouldn't make a difference for my lifestyle because I don't ride the bus, I don't ride a train, I don't ride a subway. I drive myself places, and I don't play and drive at the same time.
Oh, that we know.
but I mean, yeah, I mean, I understand it has a lot of pluses. However, so far there's nothing that impresses me.
The only thing
that
on the
has came out on the
Skyrim
Switch.
side that I would say I love that game. It's amazing. I've played it on
dragons.
PC, but it's just getting outplayed. That it's coming out on every single console.
Well,
it's
yeah.
getting VR. It's like it's done. It's enough.
It's an 8-year-old game.
It is old game. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
Doom.
is old. It is an old game.
I love Doom.
Yeah.
I'm still playing Doom. I haven't finished
Yeah.
it yet. I'm
the
still
game
playing
that'll
Doom.
blow up your Switch. Yeah.
I started playing it on PS4, and then I ported over to. I bought it on.
I was gonna say
Steam
by
on-
port it over. You mean you bought?
Yeah, I bought it on Steam. No, not ported.
I
Ported's the
broke-
wrong word. I
Migrated.
migrated to
Code.
Steam to PC, just because I like the mechanics of playing with a mouse and keyboard a little bit more than a controller.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels more responsive, more intuitive, and you're intimidated by big words, but
No.
words with friends later.
Go ahead. Let's do it. Let's do it.
No, so I mean, it's just one of those things where I prefer playing that way. And man, when I saw it on Switch, when I saw it running on Switch, I hate to be a graphics guy. I hate to be that guy where I feel like those people are always like the snooty ones, like the I bite my thumb at me, like they're too snooty about those types of things. But it's just something about the dumbed down, blurry looking graphics on the Switch running at only 30 frames per second. It just it didn't
Doesn't do it
have
for you
that
anymore.
same thing, man. It just feels like
Okay,
I'm
but you're watching
playing-
this on your computer, I assume, right? On YouTube or whatever you watch the video.
What video are you talking about?
The Doom, how it runs on the Switch.
No, I saw it running on an actual Switch,
Oh,
and I was just kind of like, no.
no.
Meh.
I mean, I wasn't. I mean, if I would get a Switch, I wouldn't buy that game because I already own it. But still, like, I was excited for that game being on there, and now I'm just kind of like not even that. But I mean,
Alright.
I'm still waiting. I'm not saying Switch is bad. Switch is really good. A lot of people love it. It's just so far I don't have that one thing for me.
All right.
But yeah,
Have all your demands been met yet?
no, there's still like 2 or 3 demands out there.
It'll happen, Leo.
I'm excited though.
It's
I'm,
not gonna happen.
I'm hoping I end up getting a Switch at some point.
Reggie will make it work.
We'll see. We'll see if Reggie does it. What Nintendo did do is they brought a formerly PlayStation exclusive icon.
How did they
to-
do that? I
Well,
mean, does
well,
Sony not own it anymore?
Sony's never owned it. They just had exclusive rights to the studio.
Mm.
At the point where they let go of the studio, and I forgot what studio this
Naughty
was.
Dog.
No, it wasn't Naughty Dog.
It is Naughty Dog. That's
Was
the
it?
reason why you see it on Uncharted.
Because Sony owns Naughty Dog.
Well, then that's what I'm asking. What the heck?
Yeah, as far as I remember, it's Naughty Dog.
It is okay. Then they probably just lost the rights to the character himself.
How though?
But yeah, because it's been
Should have done
since-
more research, guys.
Should have.
Yeah.
Point
sorry,
is,
guys.
it's coming over.
So back in like the PlayStation 2 era, like these games weren't selling anymore, and so Sony decided not to renew. Oh, it's Activision. now.
Activision?
Yeah.
the
Sony
heck?
decided not to
What?
renew their license for
That
the
is-
Crash Bandicoot series.
That is nuts.
It is.
That is
And so
nuts.
so this was supposed to be Sony's Super Mario
Yeah.
back in those days.
Oh yeah.
And
I remember
Hey,
the commercials.
Plumber Boy.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
commercials.
Yeah.
yeah,
Man.
and they let go of it. They lost it, and now he's on Switch. So I think that's really cool. I mean, but then again, it kind of plays into that same thing that I've been talking about. These games have already been on something else before.
Yeah. Well, this
Nintendo
is more of like
Switch.
a collector's thing,
Right.
like
Yeah.
a reminisce. You know,
And
I
you
remember
can play it
playing
on
this
the go.
game.
But it is a different audience. It's the Nintendo audience is pretty much kids all the way to adults.
Mhm.
So it's a much broader net, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And you can play it on the go. It's another.
That's funny.
really
Just
good
thinking
plus.
about how like Nintendo. I mean, this was their rival, or the, mascot wise.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of like, come here. We'll take it, guy. Come on.
Yeah.
And this was inevitable. I
And
mean,
the
we
biggest reveal from the Nintendo Direct. Francisco, tell us about it.
Yeah, we knew it was coming. We knew that they were going to do it. We just didn't know when, and we still don't know when. But it has been announced, formally announced, and we see the Squid Kids here again. It's not. We're not talking about what's this called? Bloodkins.
Blobkins.
Basically, we see the reveal here that these are gonna be new challengers in the new Super Smash Brothers game franchise
You know
for
what?
the Nintendo Switch.
The last Smash Brothers games that I played was on.
On the Wii, regular Wii. I never played the Wii U one.
I don't
It was
even
fun.
remember. I don't
The
even
Wii U
remember.
was probably one of the better Smash Brothers.
Did I
games.
play it on the Wii?
People
I remember the
saying
64
that
version.
The GameCube one is the best one. That's what
Yeah,
everybody keeps
it's the
saying.
most responsive
Yeah.
one, from what I understand. A lot of the hardcore players.
But you
play
have to
that.
play it with the regular controller wired to
Right.
the actual console. Because if you
Yeah.
play with the Waybird, there's a delay.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
I mean,
Man, I
yeah,
can't remember. I know for sure I didn't play the Wii U version. I know I didn't play
I
that
didn't
one.
play that one.
But did I play the Wii version?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure.
remember
Yeah, we did.
all-
Yeah,
all
we
played
did.
it
Never
once.
mind. Yeah,
we
yeah.
played it actually at my house the first time we played it
I think so.
together.
Yes, so I did it, and I enjoyed the heck out of that game.
That was a fun game.
That was almost bring
Like,
it level
even
right
I
there.
remember-
side quest, the actual
the story?
side-scrolling story.
Mhm.
That
I
was
remember
pretty good.
Yeah.
it was the first fighting game with a meaningful story mode in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that to me blew me away. I think that's what led to the NetherRealm video games having the connected storylines with different characters.
All right.
I think it all started with Super Smash Brothers. Please let me know in the comments if there was a game before this that did something like it.
Wrong.
But it's the
There was
first
a
game that I
Sony
ever
game
played.
that was also like a Smash Brothers clone, and it had the PlayStation exclusive characters. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I think I know what you're
Super
talking
Battle
about.
Royale, something like that.
Um,
But it had Kratos. It had
All
the-
Stars Battle Royale.
Yeah, that one. Yes, and that one
was
was
a fun
pretty
game
good.
too.
Yeah.
I never
that
played
game
it.
was fun.
I
I
never
played
played
it. It's fun. Not as fun as Super Smash Bros, but it was a lot of fun too.
Parappa the Rapper was there.
One of my favorites though is
Kick Punch.
and the first one I think I saw of this somewhat, well, not the first, but one of the first non-Nintendo ones was Power Stone.
Ah,
That was a lot like Smash Bros. I mean, Smash
That
Bros
one was fun.
was a pioneer with the Nintendo 64.
That had that had up to 4 players, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun.
Lots of fun,
that
man.
I
That
remember
was-
we played that crap out of that game too.
Yeah, dude. Until the game burnt up.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but I mean, it was great on Sega Dreamcast,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about story mode. The story mode where Smash Brothers on Wii, that was
I don't think I ever finished it.
awesome. I never finished it either. I got up
There
to
was
80%.
there was so many characters to go through, and yeah.
Yeah, I got up to 80%
fun.
on the story mode for that game, and I was just. I need to go back and finish it.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. I ain't going back.
Same thing with the Wii U version as well. Just like, man, awesome games. Nintendo's done some great things.
The best game on, I'm assuming he meant Sega Dreamcast. Power Stone? Yeah, Sega. Power Stone is what you're talking about? I believe so. Yeah.
Andrew says
It
he
wasn't
thinks that's
the
the best game.
but it was a very fun game. One of the top games on Dreamcast.
Oh, what would be the best games on Dreamcast? Like
Shenmue!
multiplayer games.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2
Yeah.
with Soul Calibur
Soul
right
Calibur
behind
was
it.
fun, yeah.
Power Stone was right there too. Any
far
other
as
multiplayer?
As far as
The NFL and NBA, the 2K games were awesome. Also,
NFL 2K.
they were really good, really good.
they were fun, but I think nothing tops Marvel vs. Capcom.
No, not even close.
That was the best one ever.
yeah.
Mhm.
That was even till this day. I still wish it would come out on PC.
It would be fun.
I would buy it at full price in an instant.
At full price.
Full
He never does
price.
that.
You hear
Full
that?
price is
Capcom?
gonna be like $10 or something. No, it would probably be more. We're looking at probably like a $30
When I
price
first
tag.
set up my PlayStation account,
Mhm.
I didn't know exactly how purchasing worked and all that stuff. So I clicked the buy option on the PlayStation Store with Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Mhm.
And that was full price. It wasn't even sale price. It was $25 at the time. This was like maybe 7 years ago. And I remember thinking to myself, like, okay, so when is it going to take me out to the checkout screen? And I thought I was like adding to cart, you know? I thought it was going to, because everything else works that way.
Thank you for your purchase.
And all of a sudden I was just kind of like, I got the option like, do you want to start downloading now? And I'm like, no, I paid $25 for like a 20-year-old game. And
No. Didn't
until this day, it's one of the games I revere the most, that I cherish the most having on PlayStation 3.
Nice. Didn't like 2 maybe 3 years ago they took it off market, like it's completely gone, like they're not offering it anymore?
Samba
Though,
de Amigo was
I
good
think-
too, Andrew.
I think the worst
Samba de
part,
Amigo. Holy crap.
yeah, that game was awesome too.
Never played it
and
with
the
them
Dance
maracas.
Dance-
Never did
Dance
that.
Revolution.
Dance Dance was it wasn't okay, but I know you were like way
Ooh,
into it.
Space Channel 5.
Space Channel. No, sorry, not
Aw.
Dance Dance. Space Channel 5. That's what I was
I
thinking.
love Space Channel 5, but that wasn't a multiplayer game.
No, it wasn't.
No, but it was still fun.
It was a lot.
It
of
was
fun.
like
I
the
also
Dreamcast
got that on
golden age.
PlayStation 3.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like,
Nice.
oh my gosh, they got all these old Dreamcast like all-star games.
Crazy Taxi was pretty
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Fernando's
Hey.
watching us. ¿Qué huele? Sobrino, primo.
Oh, Sobrino.
Code Veronica was alright. Thinking back on it,
You know what I enjoyed?
wasn't
the
the
most
greatest,
about
but
that
it was
game?
alright.
Till this day, that's one of
No.
my favorite.
Really?
Resident
The
Evils.
thing that I enjoyed the most about those games was doing the challenges. I don't know if you remember, they had an option where you can like, oh, you have to beat up all these enemies within so much time.
In
and
Code
keep going
Veronica?
into different rooms.
Yeah.
I did that with the knife, dude. With just one knife, and I think I got like a special reward. And the trick was, if you want to play that, if you have an access to a Dreamcast, it's
Oh,
just
man.
slash to their feet
At the
to
knees.
everybody.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sweep the leg.
and even the freaking hunters. Knees. That's all you need.
Crazy.
To do.
Crazy,
Mhm.
crazy, crazy.
Oh man, I have. It just reminded me, dude. I have a memory about that.
Yeah.
I remember one time, like you called me on the phone, dude. I'm in such and such spot in Code Veronica on Dreamcast. Spoilers. I can't,
Like
and I
20
can't
years
beat the
later.
tyrant. I'm in the airplane, and I can't beat the tyrant. Like what's like? How do you beat him? And I was just like,
Tips
oh,
before
just
the internet.
shoot him with the Magnum 3 times, and then like do such and such thing. And then he's like, I got no rounds. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Just shoot him with your regular gun like 10 times, and then
Run around in
and you do
circles.
such and such.
I
then-
got no bullets.
And then Francisco hits me with, all I got is a knife.
Yeah.
What do I do? And I was like,
You're dead.
Oh man,
You're dead, son.
And that was back in the days with
I beat it anyway.
no, I remember with the save. Well, you did beat it eventually, but what you had to do, you had to start the game from the very beginning.
Really?
You had.
I don't
I remember you
that.
told me like, man, because I asked you like, do you have a safe spot before you go into that zone? Because once you go into that zone, there's no going back. And you're like, no, I don't. I'm like, dang it, buddy, you're gonna have to start the game over. And you sure enough did, and you beat the game. So good for you, guy.
20 years later.
With the knife. Call that a knife?
Cold there the knife.
Ready to Rumble was a pretty cool game too.
Oh yeah, they
That was
that.
fun.
pretty fun.
Yeah,
That was fun.
it had all the celebrity boxers.
I tried to go back and play that.
It's
On
not- it
Dreamcast?
doesn't-
Wasn't there an updated
That
version
one doesn't hold up.
that came out not that long ago?
on PlayStation? There was.
Was there?
Yeah.
There was a PlayStation 3 one,
3.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
How was that? Was that any good?
I never played that one.
No.
No.
No clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our short for today. You guys want to end it up on a positive note?
positive.
Sure. What do you got?
All right.
Oh.
Do you guys wanna end it
Oh,
on a positive note?
Sure.
Do you have any more news? In other words, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for choosing Digital Game Time as your source for games, movies, and pop culture, all from a family-friendly perspective. I'm Leo, along with
Rick
and
Francisco.
Until next time, enjoy your games and love your families. Ciao!
It's Daddy's game time.
Remember to check us out at digitalgametime.com. Also on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. All that keyword, Digital Game Time.